In today's news, suspect in connection to the murder of JAMIEZ STOUTT. Suspects questioned as vessel crashes ashore after high seas escape. Deputy Premier represents the VI at the UN Ocean Conference in France. BVI's tourism momentum signals strong interest from global markets. We have the details of this and much more when 284 News returns.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Why? This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you,
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit, I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hustle. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is 1st July 2025. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us and a happy Tuesday's wish to all. During a recent press conference, Acting Commissioner of Police Jacqueline Vanterpool confirmed that Eric Rapsat, a wanted fugitive from the British Virgin Islands, remains in the custody of United States authorities.
What we can say about that, he's still out of the BVI jurisdiction, especially in the USA. No additional information was divulged to us as an organization, so we are still awaiting his return to the territory.
Rapsat 23 is wanted in connection with the fatal shooting of U.S. Army veteran and businessman JAMIEZ STOUTT. The incident occurred at a local bar on December 11, 2021. Following the murder, Rapsat allegedly fled the territory. He was captured by U.S. Border Patrol on April 30, 2025 in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. Since then, he has remained in U.S. custody as legal proceedings surrounding his extradition to the Virgin Islands continues. Authorities have not yet confirmed a timeline for his extradition. Over 1,400 kilograms of cocaine worth an estimated $144 million were seized during a high-stakes multi-agency operation between the 17th and 18th June 2025. The effort involved His Majesty's Customs, the Department of Immigration, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, and external law enforcement partners. The recovery took place in rugged cliffside terrain off Virgin Gorda's coast following the discovery of a wrecked vessel during a marine chase. Due to the inaccessibility of the crash site, the deteriorating drug packaging, officials, after consultation with the Governor's Office as well as the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, made the decision to burn the remaining cocaine on site. The destruction was witnessed by independent observers and fully documented for court proceedings.
The terrain in where the cocaine was lodged, between the precipice of the rocks, the cliff, it's a very small area, so hence the officers had to walk within the confines of that area. Everything was put in place to protect every single officer who was on the ground. The legal advice that we got, as I said, is from the legal experts, from the Attorney General Chambers, Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, along with my command team, who also consulted with me, and then in turn we consulted with the Governor. And hence a final decision was made that pertains to the burning of the remaining cocaine on the ground.
Several officers were injured during recovery, including from falling debris and respiratory exposure, despite wearing protective gear such as N95 mask.
Everything was put in place to protect every single officer who was on the ground. The legal advice that we got, as I said, is from the legal experts, from the Attorney General Chambers, Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, along with my command team, who also consulted with me, and then in turn we consulted with the Governor. And hence a final decision was made that pertains to the burning of the remaining cocaine on the ground. We are confident that the advice given to us, and hence we stand comfortable with the decision that we made to have it burned. As I stated, every officer on that ground was protected within the confines of the small area that they were in. Because of the confines, when you put it in the drum and the toxin smoke came up, that is what affected officers who were on the ground.
Okay, so they weren't masked up as preparing for such smoke?
Yes, ma'am, they were, but you have to look at a toxic smoke, man. If you ever see cocaine when it's burned, it's not a very good scent.
Of the 1,400 kilograms of cocaine seized, 91 kilograms were preserved as evidence, while the remaining bulk, scattered across rugged terrain and exposed to the elements, was destroyed in the controlled on-site fire. Authorities confirmed that the vessel involved in the seizure was believed to be headed toward the Virgin Islands, but ultimately ended up in the BVI waters after being pursued. There's currently no evidence that the suspects intentionally sought to enter the territory. Rather, they arrived as a result of the chase and worsening sea conditions.
The vessel was within the vicinity of the St. Martin area heading into the BVI waters. We firmly believe, based on the intelligence that we got, because of them being chased, is how it ended up into the BVI waters. There's no evidence to suggest that they were coming here, but they ended up here after they were being chased. And as a result, encountering the difficult, rough waters is how it ended up on the rocks. The nationals who were charged were all Spanish-speaking nationals from the Dominican Republic. Those were the 4 persons that were charged.
Follow up on that, and they were the only person believed to be on the vessel?
Based on information, yes. There were other persons that were picked up for questioning. In terms of whether they were on the same vessel, that is still ongoing at the moment.
The individuals arrested were all Spanish-speaking nationals from the Dominican Republic and were the only persons believed to have been on the vessel. No additional suspects have been identified at this time. Investigations remain active, and several suspects identified as foreign nationals are in custody on drug trafficking and immigration charges. The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force continues to urge the public to report suspicious activity. Deputy Premier and Minister for Natural Resources and Climate Change, the Honorable Julian Fraser RA, attended the 3rd United Nations Ocean Conference held in Nice, France. The global forum was held from 9th to the 13th of June and brought together heads of government, ministers, scientists, civil society, youth leaders, and private sector stakeholders to advance ocean sustainability. The Deputy Premier delivered the official national statement on behalf of the government and people of the Virgin Islands during the plenary session titled Ocean Action in the Virgin Islands. The address spotlighted the territory's marine protection efforts, ocean governance, as well as initiatives and climate adaptation strategies. Honorable Fraser said, and I quote, "The protection of our marine environment is not only about sustainability, it is about survival and generational stewardship. The Virgin Islands is taking deliberate and bold steps to protect our marine ecosystems, strengthen climate resilience, as well as build a sustainable blue economy." In addition to the plenary presentation, the Deputy Premier participated in key sessions and dialogues, including a side event hosted by the Global Islands Partnership, where he presented on, and I quote, "the outside role of conservation trust funds in SIDS in accelerating SDG 14, highlighting the work of the Trust for Virgin Islands ecosystems." Honorable Fraser also presented at the regional dialogue on the sargassum crisis in the Caribbean, where he advocated for regional cooperation, early warning systems, as well as local response capacities. He outlined a suite of progressive initiatives currently being implemented within the Virgin Islands under the Prevention of Marine Litter in the Caribbean Sea framework, including, and I quote, the We Recycle program. Now, the program has diverted more than 8,800 tons of plastic, glass, as well as aluminum from harmful disposal, as well as recycling infrastructure expansion with facilities in Tortola and Virgin Gorda. Plans are presently underway for composting and material recovery. The 3rd United Nations Ocean Conference was held under the theme Scaling Up Ocean Action based on Science and Innovation for the Implementation of Goal 14, Stock-Taking, Partnerships, and Solutions. Up next, talk show host says merger hasn't improved tourism or marketing, and Minister hails TVET, AALIYA Davis, named valedictorian.
Orange alert! Orange alert!
Fire is spreading across the BVI. The fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacows Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
Life is unpredictable, and when a storm is coming, having a plan can make all the difference.
We need a plan in case of a hurricane. Everyone, let's work together on this.
This is where we go in case if we need to evacuate. This is safe away from flood zones.
I will use this room as our secure space if we have to stay home.
Don't forget to save our local contacts and also our off-island contacts.
Right, and we need to have a plan for our pets too. They can't go to shelters, so we need a safe place for them.
In case we get separated, we should have a meeting spot. How about the community center?
That's good, and we can leave a note there too.
I feel safe knowing we have a plan.
With a plan, you're not just preparing for the worst, you're taking control of the situation. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Welcome back, everyone, and thanks for sticking with us. The British Virgin Islands has recorded a historic rise in visitor arrivals during the first quarter of 2025, crossing a major tourism milestone not seen in nearly a decade. According to official data from the government's Central Statistics Office, the territory welcomed some 106,750 overnight visitors between January and March, a 6.4% increase compared to that same period in 2024. The month of March alone saw 40,569 overnight arrivals, marking the very first time the BVI has exceeded the 40,000 visitor in a single month since 2017. Now, officials say this momentum reflects growing international interest within the destination, bolstering by approved and improved airlift, expanded ferry services, as well as a renewed push in overseas marketing efforts. In addition to overnight stays, day tripper arrivals surged by 60%, totaling some 5,799 during the very first quarter. Tourism executives note that this growth is an encouraging sign of strong cruise and charter traffic returning to the territory. Month by month, comparisons show a clear upward trend. January brought 33,532 visitors, followed by 32,649 in February, and then a significant jump in March. The report attributes this success to coordinated efforts across government industries, stakeholders, and the BVI Tourist Board to enhance the visitor experience and re-establish the BVI as a leading Caribbean destination. While tourism is traditionally strongest during the winter months, industry leaders are optimistic that this momentum will carry through the remainder of the year. Efforts are already underway to roll out summer and fall campaigns focused on sailing, adventure, and cultural tourism. As the BVI continues to strengthen its post-pandemic recovery, the growth in arrivals points to renewed confidence from travelers as well as underlines the territory's enduring appeal. For hoteliers, tour operators, and local entrepreneurs, the member offers a promising outlook and a clear signal that the BVI's tourism sector is firmly back on track. A talk show host has questioned the success and profitability of the territory's emancipation festivals, arguing that they are not being planned effectively. Kishma Penn, speaking on Speak Out BVI, said she had higher expectations when the Festival and Fairs Committee was merged with the BVI Tourist Board. She believed the merger would result in better promotion of the destination, using both the celebration and the presence of the foreign artists as key marketing tools. However, Penn expressed disappointment, stating that the potential of this merger is not being fully realized.
Now, this is the marriage I envision. I think that we don't deal with festival properly in the sense of we don't pitch the artist the right way. we are one of the most premier destinations in the world. And as it relates to the Caribbean, we still up there. Although these people are from other Caribbean countries. Dominica is beautiful, but it ain't us. St. Lucia is beautiful, but it ain't us and I St. Lucian. Trinidad is beautiful, but it ain't us. St. Vincent is beautiful, but it ain't us. Jamaica is beautiful, but again, it is not us. So I thought that when I start to finally use them heads, if the artist booking fee is $150,000, you go to the villas them and all of the high-end property them who don't have bookings for the particular time when festival is coming, or you go to them early and you lock them out and you get those villas using your industry partners tourist mode. You get them, you lock them down. The best of the villas them that we have. You go to these artists and you say your booking fee is $150,000. I'm going to pay you $100,000. I'm putting you up in this villa for 1 week. It can house 14 people. Bring all your family. Enjoy your vacation. And the only other thing that I want you to do while you're in the BVI is post like crazy on your social media. Post about the villa. Post about the BVI. Go by the local restaurants and all of those businesses and post about them. Blow up your social media with these things. I thought that's what they would have been doing. But instead, it's still the same rudimentary. Whatever the artist calling for is what we go pay them.
The 24 graduates of the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies were reminded that technical vocation, education, and training is not something to be looked down on, nor it is merely a fallback option. This is as Education Minister, the Honorable Sharibi De Castro, told the class of 2025, skills pay the bills. Minister De Castro delivered this message as she addressed the graduates during their ceremony last Friday, highlighting the value and dignity of hands-on learning and practical expertise. Among the graduating class, AALIYA Davis was named valedictorian. The minister noted that AALIYA holds the impressive distinction of being ranked 5th across the entire Virgin Islands. Danya Davis, the salutatorian, was also recognized for her achievement as the 9th-ranked student in the territory. The minister stressed that this moment was about more than just diplomas. She said it was a celebration of each graduate as a builder of their own future.
You learned how to bring machines and moments back to life. You became an engineer of motion, of function, and of reliability. And in each of these fields, you developed the tools to build, to adapt, to serve, and to lead. And while others may still be figuring it out, trying to figure out what to do next, you're already equipped. You're already ready. You've been trained with your hands, your head, and your heart. And now it's time to go. But I want you to go with confidence because you are not following anyone else's path. You are driving your own. You are not waiting for a seat at the table. You're making your own table. And you're showing up ready to run the kitchen, to lead the salon, to manage the shop, and to launch the business. So I want to encourage you, class of 2025, to stay focused, keep learning, keep building, because I'm certain that the work that you do when you go out into industry will speak for itself. Your work will open doors, and your journey will inspire others to take the same brave step that you took into TVET. I want to take this opportunity to really recognize you for your bravery, for your audacity, and your gumption to choose TVET. Because as the theme for TVET Week says, skills pay the bills.
Now, in addition to honoring the graduates, the ceremony also marked the retirement of Principal Willis Potter, who is stepping down after 35 years of dedicated service to the education system. Up next, 1VI Poker Run 2025 hailed a success, and DEFREITAS, CROAL, and BRAITHWITE shine in national record-breaking races. We have the details of this coming right up.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must stop cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man forget Johnny.
How may I assist you? Yes. You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Just give me my service.
Yeah.
Just give me my service.
Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
CCT is turning up the heat with the ultimate spin and win jackpot. Sign up for any postpaid plan, Freedom, GoFast LTE, or Fire Fiber Internet, or pay your postpaid bill on time for your chance to spin the wheel and win $5,000. Not a CCT customer? Make the switch to Life Unlimited. Already a postpaid customer? Just pay your bill on time. Prepaid customer? Upgrade to a postpaid plan today. What are you waiting for? Sign up, pay up, stay connected for a chance to spin to win. Call us at 444-4444 or visit a CCT store for details on the right plan for you or your eligibility to spin. Terms and conditions apply. CCT. Life Unlimited.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you all so much for sticking with us. The 4th annual 1VI Poker Run was once again celebrated as a successful and incident-free event. Boaters and their crews took to the scenic waters of the Virgin Islands on 29th June, Sunday, 2025, for a daily day filled with excitement as well as community spirit. Now, this year's route began and concluded at the King Garden Bay Beach with official stops at Foxy's Taboo, Trellis Bay Market, where participants enjoyed a lunch break, and Ocean's 7. By the end of the day, Casey Hodge claimed the winning poker run hand and walked away with a grand prize of $8,000. Coming in second was Khalid Francis, who earned a $4,000 cash prize, and Tafara Phillips secured third place and a $2,000 prize. Chris Creaky took fourth place and received a 40-inch smart TV. True to its tradition of giving back, the 1VI team has continued its philanthropic mission. Proceeds from this year's event will go towards supporting the ongoing development and technological outfitting of smart classrooms within the territory's public primary schools. Look out for the official highlight video coming from 284 Media. History unfolded at the 2025 BVI National Track and Field Championships on 28 June, when 6 BVI men sprinted under 11 seconds in the same 100-meter final, a first for the territory and a very bold statement of sprinting depth on home soil. Jaleel CROAL blazed to victory in a 10.09 seconds, smashing the 13-year-old all-comers record of 10.19 previously held by St. Kitts and Nevis sprint legend Kim Collins. His win came in dramatic fashion, holding off Roy Braithwaite, who dipped at the line in 10.14, with both men running marks faster than the historic standard. Wanye Bell followed in the 10.40 seconds, Jaden Jackson at 10.45, Mikkel Basu at 10.50, and Malik Rumney rounding out the field with his first ever sub-11 at 10.98. Now the result, cemented the final as the fastest collective 100-meter sprint in BVI history, a testament to the territory's rising sprint caliber. Beyonce DeFreitas dominated the women's sprint, winning the 100-meter in the 11.27 before returning the clock 22-69 in the 200-meter, the fastest ever on the ASHORE grounds. While the time couldn't be ratified as an official record due to the lack of a wind reading, the performance firmly asserted DeFreitas' elite form. Mackenzie Crabb followed in 24.83, with Soraya Mitchum third in 29.43. CROAL, fresh off his 100-meter win, returned for the men's 200-meter final and clocked 20.66, narrowly edging Bell. Bell, however, ran a lifetime best of 20.69, moving up to number 3 on the BVI's all-time list. Jackson held his own in the half-lap sprint, finishing 21.39 and just shy of his career personal best. Younger talent was also on display throughout the championships. Under-20 sprinter Mario Carter recorded an impressive 10.69 in the 100-meter and returned to post a personal best of 21.47 in the 200-meter. Shamal Donovan showed promising range as well, clocking in PR of a 10.84 and 22.11 in the sprints. Now, with many of these athletes set to compete at the Pan Am Under-20 Championships, NACAC Championships, and the World Athletics events, the BVI is sending a message. The sprint surger is real, and the future is fast. The 2025 BVI National Road Race Championships concluded on Sunday with standout performances across all divisions, marking a major highlight in the territory's cycling calendar. In the men's elite division, Dal Christopher Jr. made a strong return to championship racing, completing the 10-lap 65-mile course in 3.6.14 to secure the title of 2025 National Road Race Champion. He was followed by Barry Jones in second place at 3.24.56 and Amory Jarvis in third with a time of 3.33.14. Von Alfonso and Calvin Smith placed fourth and fifth respectively. Shane Donovan and Garrett Thomas did not finish. Now the women's elite division saw another dominant ride from Olympia Maduru Foy, who completed the 5-lap 33-mile course in 1.59.26, officially earning the title of 2025 National Women's Road Race Champion. In the junior and under-23 categories, rising young riders also left their mark. Amory Roseanne Jones clocked 57.18 over 2 laps to become the 2025 Junior National Champion, while Hugh Anthony Jones completed 5 laps in 2.19.13, claiming the under-23 National Champion title. Olympia Foy, Women's National Time Trial Champion, shared her admiration for the junior division, stating, and I quote, "A special congratulations to the 2 juniors who raced. It was beautiful to witness their determination and spirit." In an official statement following the event, BVI Cycling Federation President Darrell Christopher Sr. commended all the athletes who competed as well as acknowledged the unique challenges of hosting cycling events on public roads within the territory. He said, and I quote, "These events are difficult to host in the BVI. We can't close the roads and the conditions aren't the best, but the riders still came out and did a fantastic job." President Christopher also recognized Mrs. Randapool, who served as the Federation's safety officer for the event, as well as extended thanks to the volunteers and supporters who continue to dedicate their time to the development of local cycling. That is it for today's News Roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at tweet4media.com. Like us on Facebook at tweet4media and tweet4BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Happy Tuesday. Goodbye.